I'm Andrew. I'm here in the Polsky Fab Lab in Chicago with Ryan Pierce.
The Zchash shared computation requires generating something referred to as toxic waste. And I thought, well, what's more toxic than Chernobyl? So I happen to have right here a piece of fabric that has on it some graphite dust, and that graphite dust was part of the moderator that was in the core of the reactor. I know people might be thinking, well, wait, shouldn't you not take radioactive substances in an aircraft? As hot as this stuff sounds, it's actually not that radioactive at all. Maybe 5 times above background. This thing right here is a Geiger tube that was actually recovered from within the Chernobyl exclusion zone. It is a Soviet SI-22, that's Cyrillic letters, SI-22G. The timing of the pulses is necessary for generating random numbers. And so to do that, I need a Geiger counter that also has a microcontroller hooked up to it that I can write code for the microcontroller. I purchased this one from a company called Mighty Ohm. Okay, shameless plug, this was so cute. Join the resistance, Mighty Ohm. That's an AT Tiny 2313. I mean, this thing is so small, there isn't even room for a bootloader. They have a 555 timer. I've got my visual aid, a 555 timer from Adafruit. This thing is basically an oscillator, and there's an inductor here which basically steps it up, and diode which rectifies it, and a capacitor to charge it up, so that 400 volts is going to go through here. Now, the general idea for this is something that I've found out about almost 2 decades ago. John Walker, who is the founder of Autodesk and co-author of AutoCAD, you could actually go to his web server, which is located here, and you could request random bits.
So you count every 4 pulses, and you compare the time interval between pulse 1 and 2 and the time interval between pulse 3 and 4. And if it's greater, you get a 0. If it's less, you get a 1.
Now let me put a source under it, and it's going a lot faster. And once it collects 64 bytes, it's going to stop, print out a carriage return, and stop. We did that so that we would collect 64 bytes, and that's what would trigger the compute program for Powers of Tau.
This is Powers of Tau round 41. This is Andrew and Ryan.
Hello.
We're about to get in this airplane and generate our random numbers and do our compute round.
Let's go.
All right.
Okay. The other nice thing about it is if anyone is trying to follow us, or if anyone is trying to do any kind of tempest attack or eavesdrop on us, we figured being in an airplane, it's very hard for somebody to sneak up on us. So we did not see any aircraft trying to tail us. We did not see any drones coming nearby. So we figure we're constantly moving at about 120 miles an hour, 3,000 feet in the air. It's going to be very hard for an adversary to chase after us and observe the electromagnetic emanations from the laptop.
That was it. We're done computing. We've parked the airplane, and now we're going to go get lunch and upload our response file.